Good to see you, Tom. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing at the moment, businesses you're involved with, and yourself.
Yeah, so currently I wear quite a few hats. I was a technology entrepreneur and sold and exited a business I'd run for 12 years last summer. With net zero hat in mind, I'm currently a non-exec board director of Verco, which is a zero carbon monitoring consultancy, helping businesses with designing strategies for and achieving net zero carbon emissions. I also sit on the board of DoNation, which I've supported since its inception. And DoNation are an environmental behavioral change platform for individuals and business, and actually work quite strongly with Vicky at Pukka Herbs. So business teams can make pledges and to change their behavior, so reducing their waste, walking to work, all things which reduce their carbon footprint.
So on that, how do you specifically work with businesses to help them engage with their consumers and their employees to achieve their goals?
So in particular with DoNation, it's all about trying to basically embed and change behavior of consumers ongoing and create new habits. And working with businesses, it's about being able to divide businesses into teams and create some form of competitive edge. So almost a way to think about it is, instead of doing sponsorship for an event that you might do, like climbing Mount Everest, etc. You will pledge action. So you'll pledge that you'll cycle to work every day of the week, and you can split the company into teams, and they can have competitive carbon reducing efforts against other teams. And so a business can start to think of its engagement with its employees related to purpose. So if a business is trying to reduce its own overall carbon emissions, it can start to engage its employees in that whole means of trying to do that, both at an individual level and at a company level. And with Verco are very much focused on hardcore zero carbon monitoring.
Okay. So both Verco and DoNation are B Corps. Why we've heard from Kate about her role in her organisation, but for you, why is that important?
Watching a documentary called The Corporation back in 2003, and it was quite an eye-opening epiphany event for me in explaining that corporations have all of the rights of human beings, but have none of the moral compass. So therefore, they end up having all of the behavioral traits of a psychopath, irrespective of how good the people are within it. Corporations all act within self-interest. So I think that the great thing that then subsequently came with the B Corp is it has generated the ability to take the notion of profit, people, and planet, and embed that and entrench that into an organization. So start to give the sense of a moral compass and put it at the heart of the DNA of a business.
So, and what would you pick one key tool that you use to help leaders, business leaders, get that embedding right authentically, and not, as I say, not just kind of ticking a box?
So I always say, with all businesses that I'm involved in, work with, I think there's only 3 questions you need to ask yourself right at the beginning. And that is, what motivates you in life? What motivates you with the business entity that you're working with at the time? And what do you want to have achieved when your journey with that business has ended? And I think that often can be quite surprising for people, because the things that they thought motivated them aren't. Money is traditionally something that people think would be up the list, but never is. It never comes up. And through walking through that, you get to a sense of core values that people are driven by. And if you then take those overlaying in intersectional values and drive that into the heart of the business, you then get an authentic position to basically communicate from ongoing.
I've having worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, money is the motivation rarely, if ever, crops up. It's important, but it's not there. And I think one of the challenges we've got in society, business in society, is there's this expectation that money needs to be the driver. And you might find that language from investors, and that challenging interface often between public sector and private sector is that it's all about the money and it's bad. Whereas actually your experience and my experience is that actually that's really the driver. We should be more honest about that.
Yeah,
fascinating.